So you've tried every supplement, you have tried tons of different protocols, you've been to several different practitioners, and you are still not getting that improvement in your PMS. You still feel tired, you still have period pain, and you are still confused about what's going on in your body, and you don't know why, and you are still frustrated. So in this video, we are going to break down why this is happening, and spoiler alert, it is not your hormone. Hi, I'm Dr. Bala. I'm a naturopathic doctor and I specialize in women's hormonal health. And I have helped over hundreds of women get better periods and understand their body. And it's not by changing their protocols over and over. It's not by adding in a new supplement. It is by getting consistent with their foundational health pieces and shifting their mindset. And today I want to help you do the same thing. So let's start with a hard truth. Most people don't need another protocol. Most people don't need another new supplement. What they need is consistency. They need less hopping and more commitment. So a lot of women get stuck in this gap mindset where they're constantly comparing themselves to other women, to where they want to be, to where they wish they were. So you feel like you're failing. You feel like you're not getting where you need to be. You feel like you are in this huge gap. You're in a ditch because you are not where you want to be. And when you're stuck in that mindset, you're going to keep chasing new instead of building better. You're swapping protocols like outfits, but you never sit with one long enough to actually see real change. So let's talk about a really big problem in our society that is likely impacting you as well, and it is our phones. And here is where most people completely miss the mark. They're trying to heal their hormones with their nervous system, but their nervous system is stuck in a constant state of stress, and it's largely because of your phone. Your environment is either fueling or fracturing you, okay? So let's figure out what your environment is doing for you. What is around you? What are you doing first thing in the morning when you wake up? What are you doing before bed that is keeping you tired and not getting rested sleep and waking up exhausted and feeling like a shell of yourself trapped inside your body? It's often our phones. If you're scrolling social media between every meal, if you are watching 3 videos on hormone health and gut health and someone's celery juice cleanse, and your brain is overloaded, okay? There's too much that your brain is having to process and see on a daily basis. That mental noise is going to block out your healing. You cannot regulate your cortisol or produce enough progesterone or get rid of that estrogen if your body and your nervous system are constantly in that fight or flight. The real reason that you're not getting better is that your identity is driving your behavior. So if your identity is still someone who's stuck, who is sick, who is desperate for answers, that's what your habits are going to reflect. What if you shifted into the identity of somebody who eats consistent meals, somebody who prioritizes protein and fiber, somebody who goes to bed on time, somebody who wants to start making these changes to heal their hormones? What if you shifted into that mindset? What if that became your identity? Instead of, I have PMS, I feel irritable, I'm moody, I'm scared of my next period, I can't go places because of my period keeps me stuck. See how when we're in this mindset, we just feel yucky. But if we're in this mindset of, I'm working towards my goals, I'm improving every single day. I am someone who likes to go to bed early, which means I prioritize my health, I prioritize my sleep, I prioritize my nervous system. It's such a different way of feeling the same thing. We're still in the same place. It's just how you're thinking about it. That's when the healing starts to kick in. It's not a magic supplement. It's just about you being consistent and taking one step at a time with the things that we know make the biggest difference for our health. It's not the supplement. It's not the fancy protocol. It's not the red light. It's not the sauna. It's not the cold plunge, okay? It's not these fancy things that we have been marketed. It's nothing that we've been marketed. It's the going to bed on time. It's the saying no to extra social activities that are draining your battery. It's the being consistent with walking all of your steps in a day. It's being consistent with hydration. It's these little things that we don't prioritize because it's not part of our identity. Okay, so what are we actually going to do with all of this? What can you take away today that you can start working on tonight so that tomorrow you have a better day? One of my favorite things is the journal prompt from the book called The Gap in the Gain. And this is 3 wins. You're going to grab a journal at the end of the night, an hour before bed. I want you to start journaling. It's not going to take you a full hour, but I want you to turn your screens off that hour before bed because that's going to help get you into that new mindset. So you're going to grab your journal and I want you to write 3 things. You're going to write 3 wins for the day, whatever they are, as small as you can find them, as big as you can find them. If your win was, I got all green lights on my way home from work today, or I actually got my steps in today, or it's as big as I had a huge promotion today, whatever your wins are, 3 wins. And what this is doing, it's priming your brain to look for these wins. You're going to be living in that excited, looking for a win mindset, and you're going to find more wins. You're going to have more wins because that's what you're setting yourself up for. So that's all I want you to do, no more than 3. because that's going to be overwhelming. 3 wins for the day. Then I want you to write 3 wins for tomorrow. What are your desired wins? What would you like to do? If you're working on nutrition, 1 win for tomorrow is going to be, I got all my protein. Another could be, I drank 80 ounces of water. Another one could be, I got all my steps in, or I took a walk after my meals, or I ate 3 meals, whatever you want it to be. Start focusing on that next day, because what we default to is going to be what is easiest. And what's easiest is grabbing our phone, laying in bed, feeling miserable, feeling tired, not getting that cortisol response. But if we have these 3 objective wins, it's going to set yourself up for success. It's going to set yourself up for those wins. So write out 3. That's it. 3 wins for the next day, 3 wins from today. That's all I want you to do before you go to bed. So let's recap for a bit. If you are stuck, it is not about finding a new protocol. It is not about finding a new practitioner. It's not about finding the best fit. Of course, these things are important. And if you feel like you've been jumping from one thing to another and not seeing progress, we need to start from within. We need to start from, what are our habits? What is keeping me stuck? What is my environment doing that is not serving me? So start with these 3 wins and see how much this can elevate you just in the next week or 2. You're going to start to see these wins. You're going to start to have new wins. You're going to start to find all of these exciting things that are happening for you in your life, and you're going to start to see that snowball. So I want you to start here, report back in the comments, and let me know how this went for you after tonight, because I am so curious what your wins are and how you are progressing. If you found this helpful, I want you to like and subscribe and come back next time.